Hey, hello folks. Welcome back to another live stream. And again, this live stream is around office hours for Agent of SigNoz hackathon, and the hackathon starts next week. So if you haven't already taken part in the hackathon, make sure you take part in the hackathon. And this week we are running a blogging challenge as well as a part of the hackathon. So let me just quickly share my screen. Yep. So this is the hackathon which we are hosting next week, and this is like the biggest hackathon we have hosted yet. And you'll be winning like $20,000 in cash prize, and there are various other benefits as well. I have already talked about all the benefits in the previous live stream, so you can check out. It's in the same channel as well. And if you have already not registered for the hackathon, you can just head over to www.vmedevs.org/hackathon/SigNoz, and you can find all the relevant details there. As far as this hackathon is concerned, you will be working on observing your applications, and SigNoz is a sponsor of the hackathon, so make sure you give them a star if you like the product. So it's really a cool product, and the hackathon starts next week. Okay, so let's jump straight into the webinar and the office hours. So this particular live stream, I'll be covering how you can create dashboards on SigNoz, and all you need is like simple setup. You need to. So I'll just share from the first step. First step is just come over to www.vmedevs.org/hackathon/SigNoz, and under here you can find resources tab. Go to resources tab, and you can find the quick start guide. Just click on this quick start guide and you'll be headed over to SigNoz docs, and you can get started with, or you can install SigNoz in just few minutes. Foundry is a internal CLI tool which SigNoz has created for you to get started with SigNoz as soon as possible, and it's for everything, and you can run it on Windows. What is Foundry you can run about, so you can read about it here and all the other information. I'll just show you what I did. So I ran Foundry, right? I ran the curl command. I installed Foundry CTL in my system, gave it some access so that I can run it in my terminal. And you need a casting file. So casting file is basically it's a file which tells your Foundry CLI how to and where to install SigNoz and all the other stuff. So that's like all the internal thing. Again, if you want, you can go in depth, but this is like the overview of Foundry CTL. I'll be keeping this very short because the main aim is to create dashboard and how you can use them in the blogging challenge which we are hosting this week. That's it. And then just make sure so I have like verified few things here, but you can just enter Foundry CTL cast -f casting.yaml, and you'll be like, it will deploy all the SigNoz stack for you, and you do not have to do anything apart from running that command. I already have like casting.yaml basic configuration, which you can find it here as well. Just make sure to give the mode to Docker and all the relevant stuff like name SigNoz, so that you do not run in any error. You can find all the references and all the other examples as well here. So if you get stuck, just make sure to check them out. And then you can just see what all files Foundry has created for you. I'll just quickly close this tab, otherwise it will keep on popping up. Yep. I'll also maybe increase screen size a bit so that you folks can see it clearly. Oops, where were we? Just a moment. Did we change the tab? No, we are there. So where were we? Just a moment. Yep, we were here. Never mind, just bear with me, folks. When I zoomed in, it went somewhere else. But again, yep. So then this is my compose.yaml file, which was generated when I ran the command. So you can just go into the details and all this stuff. Then comes the important step. I ran deployment. So I'm using Docker in this particular demo. So I'm using the Docker mode, and you can like get started with SigNoz and all the things which are required for SigNoz to spin up. You can just run Docker Compose, and you can spin up all those containers. Once that is up, I'll just check that okay, all those containers are up or not. Then so there is an application by OpenTelemetry which is already public. I do not have it here. Maybe I'll open it from here. Yep. So you can check out this application. It already helps you send all the relevant data to different observability backends. So it already has like all the things in it. So this repository is like OpenTelemetry Astronomy shop, which basically behaves like an e-commerce app. I will show you that shortly, but this is a function of this app, right? And you can find all the supporting backend frameworks as well, which does all this, and you can find SigNoz as well here, right? That being said, let's move to the next step. So you can just create some backups and all, and you should. So this is I've created like an config file wherein I will say that okay, I want these services and these receivers and these exporters. You can learn about all the details from the app. I'll just cover all the broader stuff here, and then I just set up some extra configurations. I connected SigNoz with OpenTelemetry, and then I exposed my Docker containers so that they can send data. And then I basically ran up the Astronomy app here so that I can access its UI and I can play with a few things around there. And it spinned up all the things for me. And then it's just sending some basic data. Okay, so once you have like SigNoz up, which was here, it should be this one. Yep. So once you run this particular command, Docker Compose up, you will find that SigNoz is already available on your local host. So you'll find something like this. I have this as a screenshot because I already signed in and I was trying a few things. But when you hit localhost 880, you'll be redirected directly to sign up page, and then you can find all these details. You can just fill in your email address, just set some password, and then you can just log into the workspace, which is this. So I'm into my workspace right now, and you can see all these services running. So this is basically sending data of this OpenTelemetry demo app, which is like a working UI, and it has some. I'm not like 100% sure you can book things from here, but if I assume it's localhost, I don't think you can. But yeah, so this is the application of e-commerce app basically, wherein you can find some products. And in the backend, you can also configure some failures if you want. So you can just toggle things from here, and then you can check what all things are working for you. And this is basically data of how many requests, how many failed requests, and all the other things have already been sent from my system to SigNoz as a backend. Okay, so I think this was the overall setup. If you are unclear of anything, you can just rewind the live stream and then find, maybe try to rewatch it. And if you feel like there is anything you want to ask, you can just shoot your questions and I'll take it up from here. Okay, so we have folks joining from Kolkata, which is great. And we have like a lot of folks joining in already. Can I run SigNoz without Foundry? I tried last night. There is no docs for SigNoz self-hosted on Docker Compose. This is an interesting question. I'm not sure that we can host SigNoz without Foundry. I think we can. Because there are various options to do it. But self-hosting SigNoz without Foundry, right? There is some binary and all. Then you can do it on Kubernetes. You'll have to check around. Even I haven't checked it from a long time. But yeah, why do you want to host it without Foundry? Like it's making things easy for you. Why do you want to go to complex step? But again, yep. I think this is all sorted. If you have any questions, just let me know. Now let's get to dashboard creation, right? So what I'll be doing is I'll be doing things live with you folks here. So and we'll be keeping it very short. So I think we are already 10 minutes in the live stream. I'll just wrap things up as quickly as possible so that you can focus on building things rather than following the tutorials again and again. Okay, so these are all the services which we have. So again, these are some like default dashboards which you can look into, right? And they like show you some random data and all the other things, checkout and all the other queries as well. So this is how front end is working. This is how email is working and all. Now, main aim is to create. So and again, you can explore like other features of SigNoz as well. We'll do it in next office hours, but I'll show you that like few basic features. You can like find all the logs here. You can filter out with the sovereignty tags. You can filter out with service names and host name and whatnot. So since I'm sending data using Docker Desktop, it's showing me that. I'm not using any Kubernetes thing, so it won't show me anything around that. Traces you can see here. Again, you can just see what trace has error, what service name you want to choose, and then you can filter out in that way as well. You can also filter out the requests. You can also check out all the other things as well, like HTTP methods and all. I think that's it. Infrastructure, we have like only Docker desktop, so it's showing me how healthy my Docker desktop is, and it also has like some logs and traces apart from that as well. Metrics also, you can check metrics as well, but I don't think we'll be covering metrics in this one. If we get time, maybe I'll show you some metrics as well, and all the other things like queues and all. You can explore that. You can also like see service map if you want. So this will tell you which application is connected how and where. So we have like front end proxy, front end, and product catalog, then checkout. So basically payment is connected to checkout, and flag is connected to fraud detection, Kafka service, accounting, and all the other things. Okay, so now let's jump straight to the dashboard and see how we can create good dashboard using SigNoz. Okay, so what you can do is you can just click on creating a dashboard. So let's say if I want to create a new dashboard, this is like dashboard section is already created for you. You can just rename it. So I can rename it from here. So for example, let's say I want to name it as agents of SigNoz hackathon. You can give it some description. I wanted to show how dashboard works. Okay, you can give some tags as well, and all the other things you can look at it, and you can also like have some variables assigned as well. We are not going in depth because we have like less time, so I'll just rename things here and then we'll move forward. Yep, you have title change and the description as well. Now what you have to do is you can like create panels. So let's start with some basic things, right? So let's say I want to list few things, right? And I want to have this panel as in my dashboard so that I can refer it again and again when I want to observe my application. So you can find services here. So it's sending logs and traces for last 30 minutes. Let's see, metrics should all be there, but we'll skip metrics in this one. Maybe we'll do it in next one. Yep, we do not have any metrics. So let's do with traces. So these are some like basic examples. What I can do is I can just select these and do save changes. So this is how you can save panel, and maybe you can resize and all. This particular view is nothing different from the view which you are seeing here. This particular section is basically for customizing things in your own way, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and edit this and maybe try to create something more like customized and personalized. For example, let's say I'll choose traces. I'll choose. So you can also differentiate things from here. So you can like select the type of panel which you want. Let's go to time series and let's see the rate of applications. So rate of request, sorry. So this is basically rate per second of requests which are coming in your application. You can also like filter things out here. So you can just say service name. Let's say my service name can be checkout. And I want to see how the requests are coming for checkout in every second. And you can also like select the span levels. So let's say I want to see the root spans. But it does not have any root span, so we can just go to all spans and see what happens. Let's do checkout. Let's run. So this is the graph which is created for my service, right? What you can do is you can also maybe have something like so let's say if I remove this, right, and if I run now, so this is showing me rate of all the all the like services which I have. What I can do is I can group by service name here as well. And if I select like service name here, and if I run now, so it will show me like rate of request of every service which I have. So you can like select from here. Okay, so highlighted one is of front end proxy, then now green one is of front end, and all these things. You can like filter out and have one service as well. So if I just filter out and have one service, this is a checkout service. And you can basically change the panel type, right? So it will show you in table, it will show you in list, it will show you in bar, it will show you in pie, it will show you in histogram and whatnot. But time series is the one wherein you want to see like rate so that you get the correct visualization of things. You can give it a name. For example, let's say if I give this one application rate, wanted to check the rate of the requests. So you can give like name to your panel and also description. And there are some like few other things as well. I'll not go like deep into these things. You can configure it by reading the docs page. But like this is how you can create like basic dashboard. And this is how you can visualize things here. Okay. So you can just resize it as well. So you can like, if you want like various panels out here. Now, one more thing what you can do is you can also change by timing. So let's say if I want last 1 hour's data, it will come here. I want last 5 minutes data, it will come here. I want last 15 minutes data, it will come, it will show in that particular time duration. All right, I guess this was it. I'll take one more question and then we'll try to create like few more dashboards. And then we'll maybe conclude the session. I'm not familiar with Foundry, but already familiar with Docker Compose, so that Foundry is like you do not have to be like Foundry, as far as I can understand, it's like a basic CLI tool. So you do not have to understand Foundry, right? You can just like spin up things using Foundry. You can spin up SigNoz using Foundry. It's not like you will find it hard. Just get started. And if you just go on the docs here, this is like the basic thing you can find. So Foundry is like just an open source CLI tool that is created by SigNoz engineers. That's it. So do not have to like feel overwhelmed. Can you sort it based on the error code on the request? You can sort it in any manner you want, right? It's on you. If you have like errors in your application, you can sort it in that way as well. Maybe let's try to do that. Let's. What should we do is I think let's have logs, and then let's have errors. But let me just quickly see. So you can what you can do is you can add to dashboard from here as well. So let's do it from here now. So let's say if you come to logs tab, Okay, and what you want is only errors, right? We do not have any errors. Let's see, do we have with any other severity text? I'm really sorry, my application is not generating any error, but we'll do info. So let's say you want to have all the logs which has like severity text of info, or you want like all the logs giving you information around your services, right? Now what you can do is, let's say I want to have information log of only few services. For example, let's say I want to have of add, cart, maybe let's select from yep. It should, not sure how to change this, but okay. So let's say, let's select one. Let's take payment this time. Payment service is not working. Let's take shipping this time. Okay. So let's say if we have shipping service and we want all the information log of shipping service, and I want to see it in my dashboard. What I can do is I can just come in here. I can just add it to my dashboard, select the dashboard and export. That's it. And then I can just hit on save changes. All those logs will come here. So these are like all the information logs. You can just also like view, and you'll see like severity text is info and the service name we are using is shipping. And it's showing us in descending order of timestamps. So basically the newest timestamp will come first, and then it will go around. And this is the body text. You can also add few things. For example, let's say we had timestamp, we had body. We can also add few more things. For example, let's say I can add some HTTP requests. So maybe let's have HTTP instead. Oh, it's not showing anything here. Maybe let's try something else. What do you think it will show me? Service name? Yep, service name should come here, but we already have that figured out. Maybe well, let's do one thing. Let's come to logs and let's see what all shipping has, and then we'll try to add there. Okay, so what all does this have? It has what can be like differentiating in all these things? Span ID. Let's check for span ID. I don't think it will be there, but worth a try. Does it have? Yep, it has span ID. So yep, so you can add things here, and just save changes, and then it will start showing you that particular section as well, and you can customize it in your way. So now so I had like few dashboards in my mind which I wanted to show you. Okay, now let's say so I had one error dashboard. I'm not sure why my system is not throwing error, but let's try to see it. So let's go to traces. Let's see if we have some errors. Okay, so you can just filter by has errors, and let's say I don't think I have errors. Otherwise, it would have shown me the value. Hard luck, but let's just give it a try. Just see, just to see if we have something. We do not have any errors, so let's skip the errors section. Let's go for P95 latency, right? So it's basically shows you that your latency of application is like slower by 5%. That's it. And it's like more useful than average latency, because average can remain normal, but if you just see the duration, it will give you like better insights of latency of our application. So what you can do is just, again, you can choose traces, and what you can do here is, in aggregation, you can choose P95, which will already be there. And let's do it by duration. So let's say I want to have a nano duration. And if I search, I think I'll have to clear this out. And now it will work. I can also filter it by service name, which I have already shown you already. I can also like have few more things. For example, I think root span should work here. Okay, I'm not getting anything around root span. Might be some problem with my application, but I was having it earlier. And you can again name it, and you can do other things as well. You can group by, you can order by, you can set limits. You can have some other queries like these as well. And you can, okay, so this is around P9 latency. Let's do like one last dashboard where I'll show you how you can add multiple filters. So let's say if I select latency here and I go to traces, or do we have something apart from traces here? Let me just quickly check. Let's do it with logs this time, but we do not have like error coming in. But never mind. Okay, let's try to do something custom. So for example, let's say we take in service name of two services, or what I can do is maybe I'll show you rate of one service and I'll show you count of second service. That would be good. So we have rate of checkout service. Okay, and if I just add a section here, I can also have like a different so I can basically compare two of my services here. So if I take out service, for example, let's say payment here, and let's see the count of payment here, and if I run it now, so you can see that I have like two different services now, and it's showing me rate of one and count of second. And you can like add as many as you want. You can also like add few formulas if you want. So for example, let's say if I add a formula, for example, let's say I want something around second thing to be divided by, so second service to be divided by first, and then multiply whatever I get with 100 and something like. So you'll have to, so this all of these things have to make some sense, and only then you'll be able to visualize data. But you can add formulas as well, and you can dig in like in observability domain and OpenTelemetry and all the other things to see how these sections work in depth. If you want, maybe we can have some session after, or maybe session during the hackathon around these things. But yeah, so you can do all these things as well. Also, if you have any questions, please shoot in the chat so that I can take it up, because I'm like pretty much done. This was all about dashboard creation, and you can like just save things here. This will be like your customized dashboard, and you can create like multiple dashboards. So you can create a whole new dashboard from here. You can also see like templates here. So everything is like pretty much, and you can also like import dashboards using JSON. So if you want, so everything is like pretty much on click basis. So you can just click things and configure. I guess that's it. This was all about like dashboard creation. Now, if I talk about like why I wanted to cover this dashboard section, is because we are hosting a blogging challenge right this week, and there were a few blogs wherein folks were only like posting things and not validation. So you can use these dashboards as validations that you have actually did something, and then show, okay, this is how you caught things in your application. For example, I'm not getting errors. I'm not sure why. I'll have to check it. But again, if you are getting like errors in your application, you can check, okay, this is how I figured out. This was the rate of my error. This was like these many count of errors I received in my application, and something like that. Is building an AI agent part of the hackathon, or we just have to integrate SigNoz to any AI agent? You can do it anyways, Knight. So you can maybe create an AI agent and then try to observe it. Or if you already have something, maybe if you do not have observability implemented in it, you can do that as well. But I'll say, if you do things from scratch, you'll always have a plus point of winning. What will be the judging criteria? It's already there on the website, so you can just come to overview and check out the judging criteria here. Can I connect my backend with SigNoz if my backend is hosted on third-party hosting sites like Vercel? Yep, you can easily. I guess that's it, folks. So if you have not already taken part in the hackathon, this is going to be an interesting hackathon, and it's starting in 4 days. Yep. So it starts on 20th, and we have office hours every day till 19th July for you to help, and you can win $20,000, amazing prizes. To get you started quickly with SigNoz, we are hosting a blogging challenge this week. You can also take part in that. All you need to do is just self-host SigNoz, set it as your observability backend, send data to it, and try out features. We tried pretty much features today. What all did we try? We tried setting up SigNoz. We tried sending data to SigNoz. We tried services, logs, traces. We also saw infrastructure, how you can create dashboards. You can also set alerts if you want. Metrics also can be checked. So there are dozens of features for you to check on SigNoz. Make sure you do that, and then write about which feature you like the most, or how SigNoz helped you in setting things, or maybe helping your observability game, or making your observability life easier, for example. That said, I guess if you have not written the blog, make sure you do. And if you do it, if you write the blog before 19 July, you can also win Apple AirPods 3 or Beat Power Beats Pro 2. So make sure you do that. And we are really excited for the hackathon. It starts on 20th July. See you on the hackathon. If also share with your friends if you feel this is an interesting one. You can also take part solo, or you can take part with a team of 4 and build something crazy. Yep. Thank you for joining. I'll see you tomorrow. I think tomorrow's session will be around SigNoz MCP challenge. So we'll do something around SigNoz MCP. So tune in tomorrow if you are interested in MCP things. So yep, we'll try to do something around SigNoz MCP and see how that works. I guess let's conclude. That's all. Thank you for joining. Bye. See you tomorrow.